Another PKR MP who was present at the Bersama Party launch has lost his access to the MyKhas allocation portal. Meanwhile, Bersama has announced that it will be fielding candidates in the Johor state election. Stay tuned for this and more on KiniNews. Petaling Jaya MP Chung said his office lost access to the MyKhas portal on May 29th. The MyKhas online portal is used to manage constituencies, development, allocations, among others, and is operated by the Implementation Coordination Unit under the Prime Minister's Department. In a statement, he claimed that he is now the second PKR lawmaker affected after Subang MP Chean, and he decided to go public to avoid uncertainty. Lee added that he remains calm about the situation but wants a clear explanation from the authorities. He suggested PKR leaders should explain openly if the move was linked to his attendance at the launch of Parti Bersama Malaysia. He argued that if he had breached party discipline, proper procedures should be followed, which could include warning letters, show cause notices, or disciplinary investigations. He also pointed to Pakatan Harapan's manifesto pledge on constituency allocations, which promised fair allocations regardless of political affiliation through parliament. Lee said not only has the promise not been realized, but there is a perception that opposition lawmakers who support the government can receive allocations, while government MPs seen as critical may face restrictions. He added that the public has a right to question the government on whether there are double standards in constituency allocations if a government MP can suddenly lose their access to the funds. This is because the allocations are meant to fund public projects within a constituency and not for the MP's personal benefit. Lee also reflected on his time as an opposition assembly person in Pahang, where he didn't get any allocation from the BN-led government. He said he never expected to face a similar experience while serving in a reform-minded government. Parti Bersama Malaysia is officially heading into the Johor state election. Its co-leaders Rafizi, Ramli, and Nazmi Ahmad made the announcement today. In a statement, the de facto leaders said they will meet later today to discuss which seats to contest. They added that it will also allow the party to build its election machinery within a short period and assess its strengths and weaknesses in preparation for future polls. The move immediately puts attention on Johor's political landscape, especially areas linked to leaders aligned with Rafizi and Nazmi. 3 PKR MPs in Johor are widely seen as being aligned with the two. They are Johor Bahru MP Akmal Nasrullah Nasir, Ladang MP Syed Ibrahim Syed Noh, and Batu Pahat MP On Abu Bakar. Akmal and Syed Ibrahim currently serve in the Madani administration. Akmal is Economy Minister, while Syed Ibrahim is Deputy Natural Resources and Environmental Sustainability Minister. Rafizi has previously said that his allies in PKR have been told to remain in the government for now to ensure stability and only align themselves with Bersama when Parliament is dissolved. Speculation is rife that the Johor election will also trigger a general election, so it's not clear whether Akmal and Syed Ibrahim will break ranks if the Johor polls don't coincide with a federal one. However, Bersama will likely want to contest in their constituencies. Meanwhile, BN is aiming higher for the upcoming Johor polls. The coalition is seeking to improve on its 2022 Johor election results by winning more than the 40 seats it secured out of the 56 seats contested. This is according to BN Chairman Ahmad Zahid Hamidi. Zahid also confirmed that caretaker Menteri Besar and Johor BN Chairperson On Hafiz Ghazi will remain as the coalition's poster boy for the campaign. He added that On Hafiz has submitted a list of proposed candidates for the election, which will be finalized after consultations with leaders of BN's component parties. Bernama reported him as saying that the candidates are still being assessed and that BN must also respect the nominees put forward by its component parties. Zahid stressed that BN's success would depend on hard work, a sound strategy, and a strong election machinery. He expressed confidence that Johor voters would respond positively to BN's initiatives implemented in the states. He believes these programs will help strengthen support for the coalition. Zahid also addressed perceptions of BN's relationship with Pakatan Harapan following the decision by both coalitions to contest separately, noting that the Johor government was formed by BN before the establishment of the unity government at the federal level. On Monday, On Hafiz had announced the dissolution of the State Legislative Assembly, paving the way for the 16th Johor state election. From now on, you can also listen to KiniNews on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Scan the QR code on the screen to follow us. While we are on the topic of Johor, former DAP politician Ronnie Liu has warned DAP that the controversy surrounding the retirement of Skudai incumbent Assemblyperson Marina Ibrahim ahead of the state election could affect the party. Liu argued that what began as a public relations issue has evolved into something more significant. He described the controversy surrounding Marina's departure from active politics as a potential threat to DAP's identity as a reformist and multiracial party. He warned that a lack of steps to address the issue could prove detrimental to the party. According to Liu, among the risks are setbacks to Malay outreach efforts and the possibility of alienating civil society groups that had viewed DAP as a symbol of political change. He stressed that Marina's departure from the party should be considered a significant political setback for DAP as she was deemed one of the party's most valuable assets. The controversy follows Marina's announcement on May 31st that she would retire from politics after serving one term. Marina said her decision was guided by discussions with her team rather than a desire to continue engaging in constant political confrontations. The discussion has since expanded following remarks by Johor DAP chairperson Chean, who revealed that the party had initially planned to move Marina to another urban state seat in the upcoming election. He also said that a chairpersonship at a statutory body had been prepared as a backup option. Meanwhile, former SORAM director Chung said the controversy exposes a bigger problem, which is political patronage. In a statement today, he questioned if statutory bodies belong to the public or do they function as part of the machinery of party politics. Kwa argued that controversy over the matter has revealed systemic problems, including how patronage weakens democratic competition, with parties in power gaining access to not only state resources, but also positions that strengthen networks, loyalty, and political influence. He stressed that statutory bodies exist for public purposes, not political compensation, and should not become fallback arrangements for electoral disappointments. He added that the lack of transparency behind the appointment processes for statutory bodies will only serve to hinder promised reforms. As such, he proposed several reforms for the government to undertake, including the creation of an independent public appointments commission. The commission would ensure that major appointments are screened by transparent selection procedures with published criteria and conflict of interest checks. He also urged the government to introduce anti-patronage legislation, which would legally define conflicts of interest, nepotism, and appointment transparency requirements. He further pushed for the government to annually publish comprehensive appointment data for public review. PAS's top religious council has stopped short of deciding whether to continue cooperating with Bersatu. Instead, the matter has been passed to the party's highest leadership. PAS Shura Council Secretary Nik Zawawi Saleh announced the decision after the council's meeting at the PAS headquarters in Kuala Lumpur yesterday. Nik Zawawi said the decision to defer the matter to the party's central leadership was made after reviewing a report from the Central Committee as well as findings from experts tasked with studying the issue. The council was expected to decide on PAS's future relationship with Bersatu at the meeting. Nik Zawawi said Bersatu's internal conflict had affected the stability and strength of the opposition coalition, particularly in advancing its agenda of Malay-Muslim unity. The remarks come as questions continue to swirl around the future direction of PN and whether its biggest parties can remain aligned. And that is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to Kinitv.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, X, YouTube, and Facebook for the latest news updates. I'm Camelia. Thanks for watching.